What is happening, guys? Welcome back to Monster Hunter World. I'm your host and guide, Mr. B. And this episode we're going to go fight a Pukei-Pukei. But before we do that, what the hell is happening? So, I've previously put about 150 hours into this game, which I know isn't actually a lot in the grand scheme of things. But in all that time, never realised that you had a pet pig. So what a journey of discovery this was for me. It's supposed to help you find treasure, I guess. I had a little mess around with this, but I didn't want to spend too much time on it. I mean, if you give me a pet pig, I'm going to pet him. So, yeah, just having a bit of that. Now, it's just told me that apparently if you pick this dude up and carry him around, then put him down in various places and he's going to help you find some treasure or some shit. I don't know. So, I gave it a try. Obviously, this doesn't come across in any way in the video, but the controller's kind of vibrating as you're carrying him around. And I was like, oh, is this a getting warmer, getting colder type situation? And it didn't really seem like it was. So, you know, as enjoyable as this is, you know, sorry, Waddles. Oh, and you will be renamed Waddles at some point. Yeah, we've got other stuff to be doing. So, quick hop over to the quest board. If you remember previously, we were told that we can check in on our quest at the board. We don't always have to go to the handler. For the main quest, we do actually have to do that, but this is just kind of a reminder that this is, like, we still got that mushroom, the mushroom mission for the chef, Catman John. We still got that on the go. So, it's just reminding us that that is still there. But as I say, we can't actually, because we need to get some info from the handler herself. Oh, Chelsea! Then we've got to dash up there and go and see her, so let's go do that. Wait a second, quick idea! Why don't we call in the workshop on the way? As I've said before, this is like just generally good practice to be getting into. You know, you finish a mission, and this has got to be one of your pit stops before you head out on the next one. Or it would be generally. I mean, as I've kind of touched upon before, because we were given this starting set of armor. Sorry, just let the Smithy just tell that sad story about this this missing fleet, the third Legion. They're still missing and out there. Wonder if we're going to go rescue them. It's almost as if they're setting something up. But anywho's yeah, as I've touched upon, we don't need to be worried about armor. Normally, if this was like a basic build, and we were starting from scratch, then we'd be going out trying to harvest a lot more parts. We'd be using the parts we've got on much more of this stuff right here, building armor sets and trying to get our defense up. So as I've said, nothing that we can build really is going to touch the set that we've been given. So I'm just going to go for something purely aesthetic. I'm willing to take the increase in damage. And I'll show you why. Fucking yes, bruv. Oh, how metal is this? Love it. So, yeah, just let me hop out of there. Anything else I want to build while I'm here? I think so. I think our Gizmo might be due for an upgrade. Again, the starting set of armor that he's got there is pretty rad. I'm mainly looking at a weapon for him at this point. So we've got a few options available to us. And once I've seen that, how could I possibly choose anything else? Give him a little loot here. Oh, check this out! Yes, dude. Like as if I'm not gonna. Yeah, come on, let's do it. All right. Again, this is like mainly aesthetic choices at this point, because having played through this stuff, even though it was a long time ago, having played through this stuff before. You know, it's not like I'm a pure greenhorn anymore, so I don't need to be. I can afford to take a few hits, and I think Gizmo can too. Just gonna have to quickly hop back into the menu. Da-da. And hide my pretty face again. But whoa, yes, check that. Oh man, look like I'm about to go hunt a Highlander. That's a Kurgan reference for you. Yeah, you're not going to find many of those around in 2020. So our sad sack engineer friend, you know, the Smithy's just kind of retold his sad story about this missing fleet and how he's trying to build an airship, so we'll just leave him to that. Let's check in with Chelsea. Now, I don't know where you're watching this, but calling something a slag means something very different where I come from. Yeah, let's go check out that fucking slag. Yikes. Right, so here's our main mission. Gotta go hunt that Pukei-Pukei. Where do they get these names? Jesus. So we got a 50-minute time cap, but we get pretty decent rewards as well. And thanks to our last expedition into the ancient forest, we've now got this secondary camp that we can start from. And I'm also, just to get into these vouchers that we've mentioned previously, I'm going to risk using one of those on this because I feel fairly confident that it's not going to be too much of a fuss. Cocky, I know. Well, I can say this, can't I? Because I know I'm doing a voiceover here. I'm not doing it live, so I already know I do it. So I can afford to be a prick. Again, the other standard practice before going out on a mission, go and see Catman John. Get some fodder. It's worth noting, by the way, that these the buffs that you're given by these meals at the start of your quest. Anything you know, you can sort of stack further things on top of that. So, like, say if you have the Astera Jerky, which is like a stamina thing, I think that'll go on top of the boost that you already have. It's kind of worth keeping that in mind. You can kind of stack on stack on stack if you play it right. Okay, so just have a quick look. We're not going to need anything from the trade yard for sure. And we're good to go, folks. So let's go get that goofy bitch. So as soon as you land, that 50-minute time limit, that's already off and running. Just take those essentials from the supply box, because why the hell wouldn't you? Now, a quick look at the map here. If you remember from the last vid, because we've got enough research points on the Great Jagras and Anjanath, we'd be able to see there if they were roaming around. So the coast is clear, but that is good to know for sort of future trips out, future missions. That if you've got to get somewhere, maybe try and avoid the path of an Anjanath for now. Now look at this, by starting at the second camp, boom, straight into the clues. So here we go. You remember I sharpened my my blades at the end of the last mission. Otherwise, I'd be doing that now for sure. It looks like we're right on the trail, and sure enough, he/she comes. I'm probably going to refer to this Pukei-Pukei as a dude or a guy, because well, I'll feel less guilty about beating the living shit out of it. But here we go. Okay, so just you see he's got that kind of scramble attack there where he jumps. He's got that tongue attack. And he's kind of get in for some cheap shots. Now, I had mentioned last time during our fight with the Kulu, what's its name? The Kulu Yaka or something like that, or Kula Yuku or something. I'm going to call it the Kula Shaker anyway. So, as I mentioned during that fight, you know, get used to enemies being smart enough to try and sort of run away and find a better area to fight you in. And that's exactly what this fella's just done. Just brought me out into this much wider area where he can fly around rather than be in that little tunnel. So again, just at this point, just kind of still trying to get a feel for what attack she's dealing with from him. You see, you've been poisoned there. Now this is something. I'm going to get the hang of this shortly, but you'll see how that just happened in a minute. Luckily, we've got plenty of those antidotes. We just quickly access those potions through the quick menu there. Watch out for his tongue attack! He does that little charge there, which catches you off guard as well. You see what he's doing there? He's spitting out some kind of funky stuff. And that's what's doing the poison damage to me. So, gonna need to dose up again. It's back to rocking and rolling. See, look at that. Oh man, like he does like these kind of spit attacks, but he can like barf out this poisonous fog as well. As long as you stay behind him, you're in the clear of that. But yeah, it's pretty dicey. This is our first real challenge in the game, no doubt. This is a big step up in difficulty from the bosses that we faced so far. Oh man, look at this. Getting a real funk over there. And he shoots it out of his ass too. So, something to be wary of. Kind of, I guess, going from the side, that's the way to do this. So you can see, like, that tail, it's looking really thin now. I guess when it looks super fat, like it's starting to do there, that's when you know he's charging up for an ass blast. But yeah, I mean it's fairly obvious, I guess. This is it's a big step up in difficulty from the previous fights, and here he is trying to get the hell out of there. You know, I talked about this a little bit. They're going to do this. Just try and get away so they can recover a little bit, or try and escape you entirely, which is a bit of a friggin' nightmare. Now we should be able to track this dude fairly easily, I think. We've got our scout flies on the case. You can see them there leading us the way. Yep, and right back to it. Here we go. Again, looking out for that poison, barf, and fog. Oh, he's really laying it on here. I'd like to think it's because he's clearly shit himself. He knows he's in for a rough time. Okay, so yep, just able to give him a bit of a battering here. Just keep taking him down. Let's hit that demon mode. It's the right trigger. Just gonna crush our stamina for a bit, but totally worth it in terms of dealing out some extra beats. Oh man, he's really struggling. Yeah, we got this. Yep, he's once they start slobbering and drooling like that, you know they're in real trouble. Uh-oh! Holy shit! So there might not have been a great Jagras around earlier on, but there sure as hell is now. And I don't think that Pukei-Pukei is going to want to hang around too long. Certainly not while this beatdown boulevard is happening. Oh man, look at this again! Jagras coming in on the sly. Opportunistic shitheads. And this I mean, yeah, he's gonna give it Linford's. Of course he is. I don't blame you, dude. So got a sense of where he's RUNNOFT too. So gotta go finish the job. Now I'm gonna say before we get here, I'm gonna spend a second on this climb farting around in the menus, and you'll be like, "What the hell is this all about?" I was trying to equip one of the traps to try and capture this guy rather than just kill him. I don't know if it's because it's story based that you have to kill him, but it wouldn't let me do it, and yeah, it kind of pissed me off a little bit. I was like, oh, this would have been a cool end for the video, and I would have got to show off this different technique of finishing your quests. But no, it was not to be. Now you see those flying fuckers there. Okay, they're Vespoids, and we're going to be running into a lot more of those in future, unfortunately. So I thought, oh, I'll try and get a trap. That's not happening. I'll wait for him to go to sleep. Apparently that isn't happening either. Just would not let me use these things. So I had to accept defeat and go do it old-fashioned way. Which, unfortunately for you, Mr. Double P, it's a messy end, my feathery friend. Well, you might well kick off a fuss and, you know, try and boff on me. This is his house after all. I just busted in and started busting heads. It's the nature of the universe, buddy. Surely this isn't going to take too long. And there it is. Woo! So that is our first, real boss fight. All of the stuff building up to this so far, that is the closest thing by a long way to what actual boss fights are going to be like. And that really was still kind of a cakewalk. You know, once we figured out to dodge those poison attacks, we had the antidote for when we did, you know, for when we found out the hard way what was going on with that. First time we've had to use any potions, but again, we've collected so many by this point. What the hell does it matter? And in terms of you know, the damage dealt by him, it was nothing that we couldn't handle. But more in terms of like size and speed and the ability to just up and fly the fuck out of there if they want. You know, these are all features that are going to come in much later and with much tougher enemies that aren't going to cut us the same kind of slack as that one. But we did it anyway, guys, and we had that voucher activated, if you remember, before the challenge. So we get a lot more perks out of that. More, you know, more cash prizes, more research points. Our Palico's gone up again, and a new arena quest has been added. Now this is something I'll probably do a separate video for that, just to sort of jump out of the story mode for a minute, because it's worth having its own little vid. They're fun. But first of all, let's get set up for the next mish. So, while the research team wants to investigate this slag, which is the game's way of saying big old pile of shit, we're being sent out into the Wildspire Waste. Now, you know what that means, guys. That's a new area. A new area is definitely going to yield new enemies, and that's going to yield a whole shitload of new fights. So, until then, my friends, I'm going to peace out for now. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Look forward to heading out into the Wildspire Waste with everybody. And again, just on a personal note, I just want to say thanks to everybody for checking these out. I'm loving making them, so I'm just really glad everyone's enjoying watching them. So this is Mr. B. I'll catch you on the next time. Until then,
Peace!